Greetings. So, I wanted to share my reflections and thoughts on how we are evolving into what some people call New Earth or Unity consciousness from the old system, the old paradigm, and again, what some people call the inverted matrix. Now, I want to first to share what I experience and think and believe is the inverted matrix and how we then are dismantling it, because we will have different experiences and ideas of what the inverted matrix is and how we are dismantling it or evolving out of it. So for me, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, New Earth is not what we believe, or whether we are more evolved, or whether we are right or wrong. It is simply about embracing diversity. So why do I say that? I say that because the inverted matrix is creating, and its focus is to create distrust, dissociation from the meaning of life, which is anchored in the diversity of the ecosystem. Mother Nature, Gaia, thrives within this diversity, and we are part of nature. Each human being is a unique soul with their own journey, path of learning and evolution. And the inverted matrix, through the perpetuation of conflict, pulls us out of our natural body, our natural rhythm, into a state of survival. They do this through trauma, and when we go into trauma, we become dissociated, and this creates an existential crisis. We do not know who to trust. We doubt the meaning of life. We go into flight, fight, freeze, and fawn. We go into survival. It is a narrow-minded, limiting system of belief, energy, and frequency. It is literally and energetically narrow-minded. It's not flexible, it's rigid. The profound meaning of life, the truth of life, is that we are each divinely made in the image of nature, which is God source. This diversity is held within the unity of love. This is the divine purpose of creation, to learn, evolve, grow through our own unique experience in enjoyment. This is a fractal geometric beauty of creation. It is microcosmic and macrocosmic, the sacred spiral, the symphonic harmony of life. The inverted matrix is perpetuated through our thinking, thoughts, and energy. We feed into it. It feeds off us. Through attaching our identity and safety and self-worth through beliefs that are anchored in these systems, we attach ourselves into this programming. We co-create this polarizing world of conflict and dis-ease. I am this because I am not that. I succeeded. I passed this exam. I got this grade. I didn't fail. The new earth, Christed consciousness, what we're evolving into, is not attached to these systems, which, yes, we have needed to navigate. We've needed certain systems in the 3D, but it became too constraining, too limiting. It does not matter what we believe, but how we are believing, how we are behaving, how we are responding, what we are feeling, how we think about what we are feeling. It is all about energy. Are we going into reaction, being triggered, or are we open-hearted, curious, non-judgmental, not critical, not in comparison, not into conflict, not into them versus me or us? I do not need, we do not need to be identified through rejection of the other. My self-worth does not need to be validated against another's lack. It's not black versus white. It, the inverted matrix is all about density, constriction, limiting beliefs, non-inclusivity, not diversity. I mean, this is very hard when we are having to deal with challenging systems, beliefs, whether that be individuals or groups, especially when they're behaving in ways that are hurtful and harmful. And so we can move through this with the most ease and grace by knowing that we can't control others, but we can be empowered through focusing on how we respond. The inverted matrix, be that energies, beings, groups, individuals, is all energy. So the inverted matrix does not access energy directly, purely from source. It is convoluted, complex, enmeshed, masked, hidden, distorted. It is not upfront or transparent. It must own control. It is narrow and limited. It is not abundant. Love is unconditional and abundant. The inverted matrix, the wounded ego, has to own things because the belief is only in the physical, only in itself. It's narcissistic, it's limited. I have and those that do not have nots and haves. The ones who have are in the minority, because that makes sense, doesn't it? Because there's not so much to go around. Also, the inverted matrix wants us to believe. And so I say that again. The inverted matrix wants us to believe. Not only wants, needs us to believe. So it's up to us whether we believe this or not. And we are the majority because we are abundance, we are source, we are light. So the inverted matrix has to siphon off energy from the other because there's a lack frequency which it is invested in. If it was all flowing and abundant, it couldn't exist. So we're now witnessing the push for more conflict between people of differing experiences and beliefs. For this perpetuates the inverted matrix. And so we have the choice. We may not be conscious of this choice. And that is why this evolution, so many describe as awakening. We're becoming conscious. The collective unconscious is waking up. And so as we wake up, we remember that all is part of spirit and love is unconditional. And we hold that light, part of source. And so as we wake up, it's not as simple as it's not as simple as I'm waking up and those people over there, they're not and they're bad. Because we're right back in it again. Right back in them and us. So hence a lot of spiritual people call others sheepies. Or you get the conflict between certain beliefs, spiritual belief systems of those who are vegan and those who eat organic meat, for instance. Strongly held beliefs. There's some that believe that nature is perfect and animals and nature, they have an access to the flow of life. They don't stay in suffering. But others believe that, some animals that kill other animals for survival, that they are actually creating suffering. Animals are creating suffering for other animals. Well, who do you believe? Who is right? Who is wrong? I'm saying the inverted matrix wants us to keep us captured in arguing about anything. And the more strongly we hold beliefs, as in we have our identities attached to those beliefs, we have strong emotions attached to those beliefs, that will perpetuate conflict. We see this happening over and over again. I'm not saying that we want to walk around in some kind of zombie state of not feeling. It is being able to, yeah, be sensual, have thoughts, have passion. You can hear how I'm speaking, but it means not being reactive, knee jerking, blaming, shaming, fearing, pushing away. It's being able to feel strongly and have space around those emotions, being able to think and feel. I think people are talking about critical thinking, mindfulness, but there is a heart element alongside that, embedded in that, a compassion, a spaciousness, an empathy. To be able to feel and think at the same time. Yes, we are doing that all the time, but it's becoming awakened to that. And this is our evolution of learning. This is our challenge to see how we are attaching ourselves to the inverted matrix, how we are perpetuating the inverted matrix, because the denser energies have to feed off others, because they, it, whatever's, groups, individuals, beings, have cut themselves off from source. They are attached to the idea, the programming, the wounding of rejection, of blame, of shame, of fear, of anger. And they need that drama, that intensity. They feed off it. But it's not the true frequency of unconditional love and abundance and creation. And so, because it's narcissistic, the spiral, if you like, gets tighter and tighter and tighter and narrower and denser until, through its own limitation, it will snap, break, fracture because it's rigid. And so it will have its own time limit because it believes in that. It believes in the limitations of its own system. It believes in its own dis-ease. And that is the tragedy and that is the suffering. So that's my take, if you like, experience on the inverted matrix, how we are evolving, and how we can consciously evolve. It's all about consciousness. It's all about how we are being rather than what we believe. So, thank you for listening as ever. Hopefully, this has been of use. Please, as ever, take what resonates, and yeah, you will, we will allow all to flow through us. It's where we are in our journey. It's all about energy and frequency. As ever, sending us all lots and lots of love. Thank you for listening.